Hello everyone, welcome to my daughter Maanya channel. My name is Maanya. Today I'm going to give another book review. So before we move on to anything, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also don't forget to like and share this video. So as I was talking, I am going to give another book review, and this book review is about this book called The Ickabog by J.K. Rowling. So The Ickabog by J.K. Rowling is J.K. Rowling's first children's book after Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. So I was really excited to read this when I got it. So I read the whole book, and now I'm going to tell you the review of this book. So let's go into the plot. So King Fred the Fearless orders his seamstress, who is Mrs. Dovetail, to sew a very elaborate dress or robes when she was ill. So Mrs. Dovetail died when during doing the job, and they held a funeral for her, and then soon came the day of petition. So that day, King Fred actually went and listened to complaints about the residents in the kingdom or country of Cornucopia. So he would listen to their complaints, and if he could, he would provide them with a solution, like giving them money and other stuff. So one day, on that particular day, a shepherd from the marshlands came to visit King Fred. So marshlanders are people who are like really very low in standard. So he says to the king that the Ickabog stole his dog, and he wants the Ickabog to get punished. And the Ickabog is actually a mythical creature believed to be in Cornucopia, and parents use that to scare their children. So when the king heard this, he wanted to stop the Ickabog rumors for forever. So he bound up an army and went to camp in the marshlands. In the marshes, it was believed to be in the marshes, so they went to the marshes, and they found a lot of things there. Then a person called Major Beamish, who was the father of Brid Beamish, died there because the king's friend called Lord Flapoon actually accidentally killed him, shot him with his gun, and the king's other friend, Lord Spittleworth, blamed it on the Ickabog. So all of this happened. Then Spittleworth collected a lot of people and made him do certain work for him to be like to say that every single death that happened in Cornucopia was the Ickabog's fault. So he killed a lot of people and imprisoned them sometimes, and he told that this was the doing of the Ickabog. So a lot of things happened, and then I told you Mrs. Dovetail. There's also Mr. Dovetail and Daisy Dovetail. So what happens is Spittleworth kidnaps Mr. Dovetail because he's the king's carpenter, to make him a giant foot so that it can be the forgery of the so-called Ickabog's foot. So the carpenter, Mr. Dovetail, just spends his time in the prison making those shoes, and then the Spittleworth guy kidnaps Bert Beamish's mother, who is Mrs. Beamish, and and makes her stay in the prison so that he can threaten Bert Beamish. And his real plan is to get rid of Daisy Dovetail and Bert Beamish, which means kill them. So he keeps both of them in prison, and Bertha Beamish actually brings joy to the kitchen, to the prisons, by making pastries, because she's a world-class pastry chef. Now we have to go to Daisy Dovetail and Bert Beamish. So Daisy Dovetail, Mr. Dovetail was already kidnapped very soon. So Daisy Dovetail ran out into Jeroboam, and she found a orphanage called Ma Grunters. So she went inside and she became the person there. Then what happened to Bert was, the guards were ordered to kill him, but Bert succeeded and went out into Jeroboam as well, followed by his friend Roderick Roach, who I must tell you, you know Major Beamish, right? He was shot. So Major Roach, who was Roderick Roach's father, was shot because Major Roach could not find Bert Beamish when they were searching for him. So both of them had escaped. So they also went into Jeroboam and found themselves on Mount Gruntes. And then Bud and Roderick find each other, like with Daisy, and they also find a new friend who is Martha from the marshlands. So they all become friends, and soon they plan an escape plan to get out of to the orphanage and save the world from the so-called Ickabog, because they thought it would be bad. So they went there, they found the Ickabog because the Ickabog trapped them and kept them in the cave. And then Daisy went out, tried to become friends with the Ickabog and find out that the Ickabog didn't even eat any person or sheep, as the rumors told. It just ate mushrooms. Actually, all the men and women and sheep actually returned back, but people didn't want to fuss about that, so just kept quiet. So Daisy Dovetail learned about a bonding of a Ickabog, which means giving birth. But what happens is that Ickabog actually necessarily has to die when its burning comes, and then she understood that Ickabogles, which are the babies of the Ickabog, actually grow up based on their parents' nature. So all of them, the Ickabog that wanted to kill people, because it wanted to make its Ickabogles kill people as well, because it was the last of its Ickabog species. So what happens is they want to save the Ickabog, so they go on a trip across Cornucopia. They go to the Cutsburg, Baronstown, Chalksville, and other places and gather people. While the Ickabog hands out snowdrops, which are a type of flower. And then they face the army of the King Fred. And meanwhile, I am very sorry to tell you that King Fred was really ignorant that there were people below his floor, like the dungeons, and he was really not thinking about what was happening in the world. He was just enjoying himself. So there was this Lord Spittleworth's army, who is Lord Spittleworth is actually the villain, and Daisy and almost the whole of Cornucopia, they battle each other, and then suddenly the Ickabog has to give birth to its two Ickabogles. The first one becomes a savage because Lord Flapoon tried to kill it, but it became hatred towards people, while the other one saw Daisy Dovetail cry over the Ickabog, which was now dying, and became a kind Ickabog. Then what they did was they killed everyone there, the ones who refused to give up, and the Ickabogle, the savage Ickabogle, had killed Lord Flapoon because it was trying to kill that Ickabogle. So then what happened is Bert and Roderick go to Lord Spittleworth, and what they do is they imprison him with Fred the Fearless. So they stand in the prison, and then one time Fred decides to homeschool or like calm down the savage Ickabog because they're still not really kind and stuff. So he calms it down, and then the Ickabog feels very grateful to Fred. And then what happens is its bonding time comes, and Fred dies shortly after that, and it's a really happy ending. So now it's my opinion about this book. I would say this book is really nice. It is really captivating. It's very interesting. It like wants me to read more and more. So I couldn't give up. I couldn't give up reading this book until I finished it. And now I want to give a special message to J.K. Rowling. If you see me on this video, J.K. Rowling, I really liked your book. It was really nice. It was really detailed, and it's a really good bedtime story. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching my video. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and also don't forget to like and share my video. Bye!